You just need to put these earphones on.
No, you just want to test the volume.
Hello.
I've already done mine, so it's fine.
Test. How do you? Oh, put your earphones on and
Yeah,
test
just
it.
make sure you're happy with it.
Hello. Hello. Yeah, nice to meet you.
So you can see yourself. I can see myself actually. Ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay. So welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Peak Performer podcast. Today I'm going to introduce one of my good friends, fellow coach, business owner, and good-looking man. Tim.
Nice one for the introduction. I really appreciate you having me on today.
My pleasure. So I just want to go through who you are, what you do. Obviously, the main point of this podcast is to inspire other men to potentially get out of their jobs, get in shape, things like that. So I want to discuss where you're at right now, what you do for a job, business, and go from there.
Yeah, so basically I've been coaching for 6 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in sort of the fitness industry for around 13. So I've got plenty of experience. But yeah, so basically I just started with this idea 6 years ago. I come back from doing seasons in Ibiza. Started with an idea just to help people with food and training. Used to charge £10 a plan. And then over the 6 years, built up to a high six-figure business.
And we just want to discuss this because you've done very well. Last month was your biggest month, wasn't it?
Last month was my biggest month
Want to
record.
discuss that with anyone, or can we?
Can do, yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, how much did you make last month?
Last month made 32 grand.
Well done. That's it.
So,
Yeah.
but it's one of them. Obviously, it's a team effort, and obviously, just because you make it 32 grand, it don't mean you're gonna. It's not all profit, by the way.
Yeah.
But it's a nice milestone because obviously you want to get to the 30k, but now I want to get to the 40k, so it's never
It
ending.
doesn't stop. Yeah.
But it's one of them, like the money is, it's all good and well, but really it's about making the impact. That's the main thing, innit, really?
It's a byproduct of your business. I think you're very caring with your business, aren't you, and your clients?
Yeah,
Now it's actually really starting to. The money's coming because of that.
yeah.
Where were you at? So I think it's important for everyone to know is when I saw Clint last in Bali, you were not in the same position you were. And bear in mind, Bali was like 4 months ago, wasn't it? Or 3?
It was in February, wasn't it?
February.
End of Feb.
Yeah, and you were not in the position you're in now. So can you discuss where you're at then to where you're at now and how that changed?
Yeah, so basically, I started the year wanting to be teetotal because I found like the drink holds me back massively. So that's why I don't really drink now, basically. Because basically you've got a vibration. So I don't know if you know about the law of vibration, but basically it's the key to life really is about keeping on the good vibration. And things what knock you off the vibration are like drink, drugs, pornography, all that sort of stuff. Things what are negative, being around certain kinds of people.
Yep.
So all these different factors. And I come to a point after, wanting to be teetotal, went to Bali, started obviously enjoying myself like you do on holiday, but then I come back feeling flat and I was in a negative mindset. And that lasted like 3 months or something. And it was 3 poor months of not really doing well, thinking, what shall I try? Shall I do this next system and all that? But really, the key to actually moving forward was in myself. So then I started studying a lot about mindset and how it works. And then obviously I transitioned into learning a lot about Bob Proctor, How to Think and Grow Rich. I've read that. I've just actually purchased his other book, which is You Were Born Rich. So I'm just getting into that. But it's just all about mindset, really. And the proof's in the pudding. In the last 8 weeks, I've tripled the revenue of the business. I've tripled the client base. I'm doing things what I wouldn't even dream of. And it's all to do with the mind. Like even last month, I went to Marbella. I visualized everything because I wanted to train with Dorian Yates, as you know. So I visualized every single thing, what was going to go on in that day. Because you're paying for the session, it's a service, it's exchange of service. You're paying the money, you get the session off Dorian. It's an amazing experience regardless. It could have ended there. But I thought, he's like the Snoop Dogg of bodybuilding. So I wanted to have a spliff with him,
Yeah.
And I don't smoke weed, but I thought I just want to do it because I like ticking things off.
Yeah.
So I thought I'm doing that. So I asked him in the session. I said, have you been on the weed and stuff? He went, smoke it every day, man. I've got one in the car. So I was like,
I love that.
yeah, I tried to do it kind of.
Really
Yeah, he's like got it in the car. So then basically, I said, oh yeah, that's funny because I wanted to have a spliff for you after this. He says, yeah, we can, man. And then I was there.
I love that. Really good.
So then basically, I just forgot about it because I thought he's probably being nice because I've paid for the service. He wants me to feel welcome. He's probably just agreeing with me. Then after it, he said, oh, I'm actually, I was going to try that. He was like, oh, I'm actually driving past a a cafe where I go, which you can smoke in, and that it's a bit sort of underground in Marbella, but you can come. I thought, well, this is story's getting better and better, really.
Yeah.
But it was exactly the same cafe what he had on his videos. And I visualised me smoking weed with him there. We went in the cafe. We was chatting for hours. Like, he didn't want us to go, and it was really good experience, like, dead wise. And I remember being stoned and just looking at his head and thinking, I've done all this in my mind. This is crazy.
Yeah.
And then he gave us a lift home, so I was just driving with Dorian Yates. So I was telling stories like he was my mate for the day.
I love that.
And I thought, if I can do this with someone who's got 1 million followers on Instagram, who's like, you know, the best bodybuilder ever, you can do anything. And all that, basically, the weirdest thing was, he said he never works Saturdays. So I said, why don't you work Saturdays? He said, I just never work Saturdays. He said, you should be privileged. And then I was like, well, what made you work this Saturday? He said, I just had a feeling just that I needed to do it.
No.
I thought, wow, send a bit of shivers down my spine telling you that. But I thought, this is crazy. So just basically, if you want to succeed in anything, you just need the belief. And then, you know, you can't just set somewhat unrealistic because, well, nothing's unrealistic. But if you do, then you might doubt yourself. And if you're going to doubt yourself going into any goal, you've definitely not achieved it.
Okay. Well, when it comes to coaching, though, because I think a lot of people get, when they see that 30 grand, you know, see people making 50, 100, it's not achievable, but I think it's a very small amount of people that do that.
Yeah.
How do you get into that top % of coaching? Because I think a lot of people, especially coaches that watch this, are like, how do I even achieve that?
Yeah.
So how would you recommend going about that in terms of progression?
It's one of them. I feel like you're sort of born with it, which is a bit of a shitter for some people to hear. It is a bit of a shitter, but you are like, even since I was about as young as I remember, I didn't know my purpose, like I've mentioned on a few podcasts so far, but I knew I was destined to be something greater than I was. I wasn't meant to do the 9 till 5 or just go through the motions and just accept, like, you know, you're getting your weekly wage and that's you get married and have an house and have kids. I thought that's 100% nothing what I'm going to be doing. So I was always had that belief, and even through rough times when I was going to the corner shop when I didn't have a pot to piss in Ibiza and I had the €3 in the pocket and I couldn't afford the sandwich, even in them rough times, or even coming back home when we went into lockdown and, you know, I had small amount of money in the bank, and I actually rang my old job up. And then I said, can you have the job back? The guy actually sorted out the job, but then I thought, no, I don't want to do that. So he was pissed off with me because basically he sorted out the job and I basically fucked it off. But all these different turning points, the low patches, I always knew I was going to be all right. I don't know, I just had sort of a voice in my head saying, no, everything's going to be all right. And still now, you know, because you get highs and lows, but I always know I'm going to be all right.
Yeah, I think me and you've got a similar mindset in terms of, like, we won't, even if we do fail,
Yeah.
we'll always get back up.
Yeah.
And you've had a similar thing. And me and Clint have been friends for years, but basically we've been in a similar situation where I had a couple of issues recently where you kind of gave me some home truths, didn't you, a little bit, in a friendly, nicest way possible. You can do it. And it was very awakening for me.
Yeah.
So one, I've already told you I appreciate, but I do appreciate it. And two, they're the type of people you need in your life as well, don't you?
Yeah.
Some of your mates can be like, oh, just carry on drinking, do this.
Yeah.
Whereas you were like, you actually sort your shit out now. Like,
that's it, because, you know, we was in Bali having great times because obviously we got on great because we're very similar. You know, we've got sort of quite addictive personalities, haven't we? Whether that's addicted to helping people or addicted to having a good time, you know, going out and stuff, whatever it is. But basically, we just want the dopamine, don't we? Like everyone.
Yeah.
So that's what we're craving. But it is come to a turning point because when we see we're both in Bali, sort of going through the motions, bit hit and miss with the business, but still doing okay. But then it's on a decline. But then I'm doing excellent now, the best I've ever done. But then I see you at sort of, you know, you're declining still. I think, come on, mate, let's get you back on track now. Because my biggest purpose on this world is to help people. You know, and that's why when you're going into growing something and you're after the money, you're never going to be successful if money's the biggest driver.
I agree. It's got to be a byproduct of something you probably enjoy or you're
Yeah.
But obviously, when we go back to relationships, obviously, I just want to give some people they might not understand. Obviously, I've just come out of relationships. I like to do this thing where I spiral. I feel like you do it as well. We all kind of spiral briefly.
Yeah.
And it either takes someone to pick you up or you hit rock bottom. I did both. So very thankful for that.
Multitasking.
Yes. It was good. In terms of relationship for you, how have you found that in terms of growing your business and just general life for you?
So it was an hard one for me because at the start of my relationship with Nyla, we was together for 2 years and it was all great. But then I kind of sort of felt like, I don't know if it was because I was influenced by Instagram or people in Dubai or this and that, I felt like I wanted to be single. And then obviously, you know, I went to Dubai, lived there for 2 months, you know, spending loads of money, having good times, renting the cars, Billy Big Spuds, but
Yeah.
then coming back and not a pot to piss in. I've done that multiple times, to be fair. But it's one of them I can speak openly about now because I'm a totally different person.
Yeah.
So it took me sort of turning points, like anything. It takes you turning points to realise what you've actually got. And for me, Nyla, she's a massive, not only part of the business, but she's like my support. Like she's got her strengths, I've got mine. And when you're working together, it's called the mastermind. So basically, it's when two minds are aligned. That's why people hire like coaches and mentors and stuff. Really, you're paying for the education, but you're paying for someone to believe in you. Because when someone believes in you, you have less doubt and you're more likely to take the action. It's like when someone invests into your coaching service, they've seen the results, they believe it, even though they don't have a clue what to do at the start.
Yeah.
But because they've got the belief in you and the trust, that's why they hand the money over and that's why they do the action.
Yeah.
So that's what that's what Nyla had to me. She had basically, she's the supporter when I'm on the lows or I've got self-doubt, because we all get it. And then obviously she's like adds value with the girls and she smashes it on the team and levels everyone up. So it's great.
And would you find that's benefited your life in terms of having a solid relationship, in terms of business and things like that?
Yeah, I would definitely say it helps a solid business and a solid relationship as well. It's just all combined, but it did take me sort of a long time to realise it and sort of a lot of fuck ups really, if I'm being blatantly honest.
And how have you recovered from that in terms of winning her back and kind of doing that? Because a lot of people probably wouldn't.
Yeah, it took a long time, to be fair, because obviously the trust is destroyed and then you have to build it. And, you know, one of her big goals is to go coaching full time, which she's actually quitting a job next month, which is great. But I was telling her to quit a job for ages because with anything in life, you can't wait for like a special moment. Sometimes you need to take a loss to get the gain. Like me, I've had multiple jobs in my life. Like obviously in COVID, I had the job. I quit that to go into nothing really, to go into coaching. And then I was earning 2,000 a month off the vitamin shop in Ashton. And then I quit that, sacrificed $2,000 a month, which is a lot of money in it, really.
Yeah,
I just give that up because I've seen potential in the business. So each time I've give stuff up because I've seen the potential, and obviously it's paid off. Because you'll earn the most money, you'll be the most free, you'll be the most fulfilled off something what is your purpose. And I've found that purpose with obviously helping people.
Okay, I like that. In terms of when we go back to the business and relationship dynamic, how do you find that? Because for me, I struggled a lot doing coaching with my girlfriend or ex-girlfriend. I found that there was a dynamic that we didn't go past. Like it was hard to differentiate business and relationship. How do you do that?
Just be professional, to be honest. You know, it's like your clients, you know, you have...
How do you manage to balance both in terms of with her? Like, how do you manage to change it from, you know, we're coaching business partners to we're back in relationship?
So you just basically value your time. So in the week, she lives at hers, I live at mine. You know, we text and stuff, but we don't start meeting each other in the week because we're focused, we're driven. So that's what pushes us forward. Then on the weekend, we'll make some spare time to do, because obviously I'm into a lot of mindset stuff now and doing stuff what's actually good for the body rather than destroying the body. So I don't really drink anymore, very rarely. I had like, you know, one day drinking in Marbella, which is nothing really, but I very rarely drink. I've removed that toxin out of my life. You know, I don't take drugs or anything like that. I just focus on like ice baths, you know, nice walks, going for coffee, just things what really uplift me, you know. And the good thing is she's into exactly the same things as me. She doesn't drink either.
That's good.
So you both align with the same thing. I think it would be a lot more conflicting if you both had different mindsets and you was at a different place in your life, which we was beforehand. Because I was obviously wanting to go out sometimes and stuff like that. And that was the big conflict. And then I thought in my mind, she's probably not right for me.
Okay.
But really, you know, I just needed to find myself and make the mistakes. And, you know, everyone has the lessons, don't they? And you learn from them.
Well, how did you find yourself? I think that's important. How did you find yourself?
How did you find yourself? So I found myself basically because I always thought when you're winning, it's for a short time. And then I always sort of predicted thinking there's going to be a low at some point. And that's just how things work. That's how life works. But really, it's about your vibration. So this is what I was speaking about before with the law of vibration. So it's about keeping on a good vibration. Sometimes you might wake up negative, but it's about putting strategies in place. One of the things what was knocking my vibration off was, going out and drinking and enjoying yourself, which might seem quite normal. Like I didn't have a drink problem where I was drinking every single day. I might have went out on a weekend, or something like that, or went out, drank quite a lot really when I was on holiday. But them things every time, like that knocked me off. Or even if I had a win, if I had a good week, if I changed a lot of lives in that week or whatnot, I would celebrate with a drink or a meal out and some drinks. But then everything would go down, and I didn't realise. But I thought, no, it's just up and down with the business. But it's because you've knocked your vibration off and your mindset. Like now I do everything spot on, the morning routine spot on, do cardio every morning, get the steps in, do the affirmations. I listen to Bob Proctor every single morning on repeat, like the same man over and over and over again. And all these different strategies are just keeping my mind focused because, like I say, you still get lows, you still get signs of doubt, and, you still might have a sales call with someone and they might say, I'll think about it, or something. Obviously, that's the worst words you can think, but you think, I failed. Like, because I've had this opportunity to change it. Because it's hard for them because they don't know the end result. It's not like you pay for a car and you get the car and you can drive the car.
You're just out there, just hearing what you're telling them
Yeah.
to happen.
Yeah, that's it. So they might just, they can't step in the vehicle straight away, so they can't see, but you can because you've changed nearly thousands of lives. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So then you think, okay, you're more pissed off with yourself because you think, why don't you just join this team and change your life?
Yeah.
Because they're saying all the complaints. They're saying like pretty much they're ready to hang themselves on the call, but they're not willing to hand over, a small fee for a life-changing experience. And you think, wow, so you get any thoughts, which is normal, but you get any thoughts, but it's more obviously because you're that desperate to change people's lives. But then you think, you need to just get them strategies in place rather than dwell on it. And that's what happened when come back from Bali. I had a few negatives and then I dwelled on it. And that's how it had a domino effect. And then obviously, like say, everything was going down. I just got complacent with life, and you pick up little things, what you do. So if you've got a negative mindset, you just need to focus on like sort of three things: your behaviors, your environment, and your habits. So your behaviors could be stuff what you do on the weekend, drinking, or who you're about. Your environment's really who you're about, like your mates. What do they talk about? Are they speaking negative? Or are you in a negative household? Are your mum and dad arguing or something? Or, I'm just giving examples. And then obviously you've got your lifestyle. So that's obviously in terms of like what you eat, what you consume on the TV, and you're watching the news every single day. I would say if you are, you need to definitely turn it off right now. It's negative. But yeah, all them different factors, and that's why our coaching service is unique because we focus on all three of them. And obviously it's all about giving back. That's why we do the mindset and motivation. We're the only brand in the UK, coaching brand in the UK who does live events like that. So that's something to be proud of.
When is your next live event?
28th of September. It's at the Village in Bury. So if you want to come, definitely come. It's only £30 a ticket, very small fee. We've got 5 guest speakers. You get food, you get some chicken wraps, I think, and you get unlimited refreshments and coffees and teas.
I'm there.
Yeah, you're there, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to talk about when you're going about the mindset thing, because I think that's the main thing for most people. It's not motivation, it's mindset. Where do you feel like, what would you describe as a good routine? Say someone's feeling low now, they're in a bit of a shit place. How would you get them out of that? Aside from the fitness element, what do they need to incorporate and what would they do? What would you recommend?
So with any client, I'd always start small. So obviously it all depends at the starting point. Like a client said to me today who I signed up, he said, I don't want to rush into things and, what would you do for this? What would you do for that? I said, what I do is I just see where you're at and then I'll base everything off that. Like say if someone comes to me and wants to lose body fat, I won't be putting them in a deficit straight away. I put them in maintenance and then adjust from there over the weeks, because the easier you take it at first with just good habits though and brushing a few things up, the smoother it's going to be. And that's where people go wrong when they're trying to lose body fat. They just crash diet. They go from eating the takeaways, the pizzas and all that, to salad straight away. And then they wonder why they fall off after 2 weeks. And then they do that repetitive cycle. And then they come with a limited belief in their mind thinking, I've tried everything. I can't lose weight. I'm just meant to be fat. Or they start blaming if they've got kids. Or they start blaming like if the mum and dad's fat or genetics or something like that. But it's all a load of shit, because there's someone in well worse a shape than you who's transformed their life. And they've probably been on my team.
Good little plug there. Okay, but when we come down to the mindset, so let's say if we forget about them looking
all right,
not the best.
Yeah.
what would you class? So let's say someone's like Clint, I'm just really down right now, whether it could be with my business isn't doing well, like I'm not feeling myself. What would you recommend for them, aside from ice baths, which I think are shite, but you love them? What would you do in terms of what would you recommend them to do next steps?
To get your mindset in check,
Yeah.
I would say basically to get your mindset in check, you've got two parts of your brain. You've got your subconscious and you've got your conscious. So if you're in a negative state, that means you're entertaining negative thoughts. So to basically get in a good state and a good mindset, you need to have positive thoughts. So that goes to the area of what you're consuming, and it might go to the area of your lifestyle. It might go to the area of behavior habits. So once you tailor each them to you, what's going to move you forward, then obviously you'll start to feel good and you'll start to get in that good state. And that's exactly what I done. You know, I was thinking negative thoughts because I was entertaining them. Do you know what I mean? I felt, you know, if your vibration's low because you feel down. You know, if you're entertaining negative thoughts because you feel down. So I think the key steps is focus on them 3 key areas and then change them one at a time. And like you said about ice baths there, that works great for me. It's like a skill though, to be fair. You have to be in it 2 minutes above the neck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you're not doing that, then
It just fucking hurts me.
yeah. If you don't push past the main power, you won't get the buzz. It's like you need to go to that 2 minutes, and then 5 minutes when you come out of the water, you feel like you've had a line of coke.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. You get a buzz, and it's good for people who's been addicted to drugs. That's why they always go the ice baths and stuff.
So where'd you do it then? So what's your morning routine? Because obviously it works for you. What is your morning routine?
So I'll tell you my morning setup for tomorrow. So basically tomorrow's going to be Contrast in Manchester. It's only like £11 a session. I've got a membership, of course, because I go 4 times a week. Oh no, I go 4 times a month, should I say?
Yeah.
Once a week. I don't want to kill it. But yeah, so I go there. I'm going there tomorrow, 7:15. If you come in, you can be there.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Busy. No, I'm joking. I can.
I'll teach you. I'll talk you through it. But
Yeah,
so we'll basically go there, and then after that, I've got legs in Rotherham at Ultraflex.
Nice.
And then I'll just basically do work and stuff. But my main morning routine, because I'm going around the houses a bit there, right?
That was not your morning routine.
That's just tomorrow's schedule.
Yeah.
So morning routine, wake up in the morning, get the steps in, get some movement in. But before that, I missed a key factor there.
Yeah.
You get the electrolytes in, get the apple cider, get the digestion going, hydrate yourself with at least 1 litre of water. That naturally wakes your body up. You don't want to take any caffeine because that spikes your stress hormone cortisol, because you basically woke up by 2 hormones in the morning. So you've got cortisol, what wakes you up, and you've got adrenaline. So really your main priority in the morning is to reduce the cortisol, because you don't want to be stressed.
No.
So what coffee does, if you wake up or you wake up with a Monster or anything like that, you're spiking your cortisol. So you're going to feel more stressed for the day and you'll get the crash. So you want to do things what make you feel good, because it brings the cortisol down and you'll have an actual better day. So that's why I always get movement in, natural in nature. I hydrate. I get the salt in because you're dehydrated from the night. So that's going to make you feel more alert and more focused and give you more energy, so you're not tired. And then I walk to the gym. It's about an half an hour walk. Get on the Stairmaster for half an hour. Get a cold shower. Get a normal shower. Get a cold shower. Walk back. So that's a lot of movement already.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Then you'd have, you could have a coffee if you want to extend your fast. And then after that, steak and eggs for the breakfast.
Nice.
Load up on protein and fats, because that's a good thing to keep you lean. And it's a good thing for your hormones as well. You don't want to spike the insulin in the morning, because it could potentially slow you down and leave you drained. So if you do want to keep switched on, if you've got a nice work block in the morning, always use protein and fats. And it doesn't have to be steak and eggs. It could be just eggs on its own, or it could be chicken, or whatever you like.
Okay. So and then what happens after that morning routine? Is that when you start just getting going with work?
Yeah, so we'll do like 2 sort of work blocks in the day. And then obviously in between that, it's like, weight sessions. If I've got weight sessions, I do loads of client calls now. I do catch-ups with clients. I do check-ins. I do content. I've got a mentorship as well. So I've been mentoring other people to grow their brands.
Nice.
So I've got about 5 people doing that, to be fair. And they're all doing really well. I've not even tried to grow that.
I didn't even know you were doing that.
No, I've not even tried to grow it, and I've not even advertised it. It's just people see my success. Like, I'm getting a lot of people mentioning my success now, so I must be doing all right. Do you know what I mean? Like, just random people coming up to me, and then even when I go to the sunbeds, I'm getting a free sunbed pass because of my followers. Yeah. So it's little nice perks, but I'm grateful because it shows the hard work's paying off, and it's always nice, isn't it?
Well, obviously, your revenues, obviously, as you mentioned, double, tripled.
Yeah.
How are you finding the workload with that? Because sometimes that normally comes with more workload. So how are you finding coping with that new workload?
Workload's great at the minute. It's manageable. Because obviously before it was probably, under the workload. Do you know what I mean? It was very easy. I could have took a lot more on. So workload's manageable, but I'd say it's pretty much at capacity. And I will have to definitely get another coach in real soon. But Nyla, she's going full time with a job, so she's going to have a lot more free time. So to be fair, she can take on a lot more clients. And then, once we both reach full capacity, then you get another coach in it, because you don't need to rush into getting a new coach for the sake of it, because we've got a nice, strong team. We've got me, Nyla, and Dave. Dave's behind the scenes with the events, does the social media, and then obviously me and Nyla are the coaches. So.
And then how do you find social media then? Because this is, again, for coaches or people that do social media want to make money. How do you find posts on social media? Do you have a routine, or do you just kind of post?
So there's always these different myths, and I always think what energy you give out, you attract. So with a post, I post whenever I want. There's no time. I don't listen. I used to listen to this 6 p.m. peak time, check-in, overthinking. Should I post this caption all right? I don't do any of that shit now. I just post what I want to post. I posted 3 times back to back the other night, and I got a sign up. Do you know what I mean? I got people attracting to the page. Get about 10 likes still, but it doesn't matter about likes. It matters about sending the message out and making people aware.
I think that's relevant though for a lot of people. They go for the likes and the views and the praise of people, but at the end of the day, if that doesn't get you a fucking client, that's actually not. No one cares. You could get. I got a reel that had 9.4 million views. I didn't get one sign up from it, and it was me lifting the bench up, and it was just Indians that followed my page. I had 20,000 Indian followers. Destroyed my account briefly. I didn't get one sign up.
Wow.
But you could post, like you said, one piece of content. You got 10 likes, you get a sign up. So you've got to wait up there. It's not about that at all.
No, it's about the message what you give. And like I say, I don't have any fixed times to do content. I just think of ideas all the time. I just film it on the day. I don't have a set day of content. I've tried it. Don't work for me, because you can't force ideas. No. When you're vibrating on a good frequency, you get artificial intelligence from. Well, it's you can't explain it, but you get an idea. You probably had it yourself, where you just randomly, even before bed, you think of an idea, and then you think, "Where's that come from?" It's out of nowhere. So you're not going to get them ideas maybe on a content day. So
where do you find obviously your content ideas then? Like, is it just literally in your head?
The mindset, yeah. I don't look at anyone's post and think I'll copy that. I just basically think of my own ideas and just think. I'm not asked what anyone thinks. I'll just post it.
Well, you are building a good personal brand now as well. I think a lot of people miss out on the personal brand bit, where you are very active on. What do you call active? But you are very active on social media in terms of your story. Like, I can see your life from start to kind of finish it throughout the day, which is good. You share that channel journey. That's why clients obviously enjoy that journey, and you're showing off what you represent of your brand, which is great. Do you think personal brand's important?
Yeah, definitely. I think personal brand's a representation of you. So you have to live and breathe it, because then people buy into you and people see you as a role model. That's why, like I was mentioned before, when, you're in drinking cycles or, this and that, it's they're not looking up to you thinking good. Like, I remember when I'd done a retreat last year in Marbella. It wasn't a retreat. It was an holiday. We was drinking all the way through. We'd done some good activities and we had amazing memories, which will last a lifetime. It was great, but it was it would have been a totally different story now and for the future, and I don't think that's anything to look up to. And I think looking back at the videos, to be honest, I feel quite ashamed, to be fair. So it's just all about growing as a person. I think if you're growing, that's why I can speak openly about anything now, really, because I'm at a different stage in my life, and if you can't, then you're still at that stage. Yeah.
Because like mine's in, my retreat's in September in Ibiza.
Yeah.
And I've actually told all my clients I'm not drinking, just for the simple fact that like I'm setting the boundary now that I'll still have a good time with them, but my last one was similar to yours where...
Are you doing it with AWOL?
Who?
AWOL.
Who's that?
It's Sasha.
I'm doing it myself, my own one.
Oh, right. You're not doing it with a business?
No, it's just with all my clients. So it's just like the high net worth ones and then my coach. But I've set a standard now of I'm not drinking on the retreat, but I will still be there and have a good time, because like similar to yours with the Marbella, I just ended up getting drunk. All the pit videos are just me. I remember you told me as well, I was just holding the drink.
Yeah.
And it embarrasses me because it's like, that's not who I am.
Yeah.
But we just treat that as we're having fun.
Yeah.
But then you've also got to remember the standard of the clients that you're representing as well.
That's it. It's one of them. And when I seen the videos of you, it reminded me of me.
Yeah, I remember you saying, yeah.
You know, and I thought, because I had people message me and stuff, like when I was in Marbella, like multiple people saying, you're posting a lot of drinking there, you shouldn't be doing that. And I thought, oh, fuck off.
Yeah,
At the
yeah,
time.
at the
But
time,
then,
yeah.
but that was what stage you're at. You can't, when you're in a stage like that, you can't realise. That's why when we jump onto calls with people and speak to people and stuff, they can't see where they're going wrong because they're deep into it, but you can, and that's what you need to go through life like. You need to look through it through a lens and obviously different perspectives. You can't just be narrow-minded.
Well, I feel like with you and me, we've both been through points of kind of like failure a lot, and we've had to learn from it, and that's why you can now do that, whereas they haven't seen that yet, if that makes sense. Because we've done it, we can say,
Yeah.
we understand it better.
Well, we've seen both sides. We've seen failure and success, so you know which
Making
one you want
money,
to
losing
choose.
money, like,
Yeah, or even just like in anything really, innit? Even like, you know, a couple weeks ago, I stepped back on stage and got absolutely smashed by pretty much everyone. I think I'm second to last. But
last though.
yeah, no, I've never come last actually, which is great. But
Yeah.
you know, when I first competed, basically I competed just because someone said he'll beat me in the gym. I didn't even want to compete, and then obviously someone in the gym said he'll beat me, so I had the shit off him for 2 weeks solid, and then I thought, oh, I'm not fuck this, like I'm gonna go into it, and I was just training for the fun of it really. So I cracked on, head down, got in razor sharp condition. I thought, I'm not going to be the biggest on stage, but I'm definitely, you know, going to be the leanest there. And then I got there, I was the leanest. There was 4 of us, come first. A lot of doubters going into the competition, in the gym in particular and stuff like that. Then when I come back, I had the gold medal around my neck. I won my second show as well, by the way.
Sick.
So I won the first 2. So successful year. And I went to the gym and they all give me a round of applause.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So that was a turning point. But then obviously the next year I took a step up and then I didn't want to compete ever again then. But then this year I thought I'll do it. But I'd done a 7-week prep. I wasn't, I winged it. There was a lot of flaws, but next year, because like basically from that moment, I thought I'm going to take this serious now. Because it basically that taught me a lot more about where it was lacking with my structure. So I'm going to take a lot more serious. And next year, no one's beating me. And that's
Really?
a fact.
We're going again?
Yeah. Next year.
Same class?
Yeah, I'll do classic and no one's going to beat me. It's simple as that because I'll show people what I can do.
I like that.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I like that mindset. That's what you want. What's next for you then? So obviously, where do you want to be next? What's your vision? What's your plan?
The next thing what I want to do really is definitely do another retreat because I think it'll be a nice sort of closure to get back in the mix with them. I was going to do one this year in Ibiza actually, end of the year, same time as you.
Yeah.
But we've started the mindset and motivation event, so it's too close to each other, and it's a massive investment coming out of us.
Yeah.
You know, my mindset and motivation events cost me thousands, but I'm not bothered about giving money back because people enjoy the experience, and I'll always give money back to the client. So it's one of them. But yeah,
How many people come into that? Just out of
100+ people.
Wow, nice.
Like the first one, what we done, which was in June, I think, I capped at 30 just because I wanted to see how it goes. You know, I was unconfident because I've not really done that much public speaking. So I thought, you know, if I stutter, I'm not stuttering in front of too many people.
Yeah.
So it was just testing the waters, and obviously everyone else there as well. It was pretty much their first time. We tested it, and I feel like I can speak in front of 5,000 people now, 1 million people, to be honest. It won't faze me. Yeah, so that's why I thought there's no cap on this. We're going to impact as many lives as possible. Cheap tickets, and it's just going to be an unreal experience because everyone was coming up to me saying, no one does this. You know, this has changed my life and this and that. So I thought, so really I want to take them. Oh, I'm going to take them all over the world. So that'll be nice. And then just keep growing the business, keep growing the brand, and make it basically one of the best first, make it one of the best coaching brands in the UK. That's the first step. And then obviously then it's about getting bigger than that in it, you know. Then
what about personal life? Where do you want to, what for you, where do you want to be?
So I'm toying the idea of basically becoming a pro bodybuilder, to be honest.
Okay.
But it's going to take a lot of focus, but I'm like half and half about that because, you know, it's easier said than done, it really. Yeah. It's if you're willing to put the sacrifice in for many years.
It's a big commitment. Like, I don't think people realise what it actually takes.
It's a big commitment, and like my coaching brand, helping people means more if I'm being fully honest. So I'm just going to basically be tunnel vision for this year, compete in September next year and see how I place and just take it step by step and not really plan it. And if it takes me and keep getting better and better, then, I'll go for it and see how it goes if I keep winning and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So that's my personal, but yeah, other than that, just keep being sweet with Nyla. Have some nice holidays along the way because I love my holidays.
Mm-hmm.
And just basically keep on the straight and narrow, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main thing. And
you find it quite easy to do?
Yeah, it is really easy, to be honest, because it's like you say, when you've had the lows, and I feel good every single day now.
Mm-hmm.
I have low points in the day, like where I might have negative thoughts or self-doubt or feel a little bit tired, but very rarely. I'm not going into like Monday negative me. I'm going into Monday like it's Friday.
Yeah, like you're ready to...
Yeah, I've already prepped. I've already done my ice bath and, my sound healing and my breath work classes at Fix in Manchester. I've already done that on Sunday. I'm ready for the day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to like grow. Do you know what I mean? So that's really fulfilling for me. But then obviously it's nice to have the pullback because it's all good pushing forward.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to know when to pull back as well. And that's what I've done with Marbella. I had a massive push, made a record month, hit some milestone achievements. I hit every single target I set last year because I do a lot of visualization and vision boards and writing it down like I've already done it.
Mm-hmm.
But the key with the vision board is, because I wrote it some at the start of the year, I wrote it all wrong. And then when I got into the mindset stuff fuller, I looked at it and I was writing it with doubt. So whenever you write a goal, if you think that you might achieve it, it's exciting, but it's a possibility, you wrote it wrong. You're not going to achieve it. You need to, when you're writing it, if it uplifts you and you feel great with no doubt, that's when you really connected with it. So, you want to basically write like, I have,
Mm-hmm.
not I will.
Mm-hmm.
I have, and then you can put a date, like even in my pocket right now, I've got a gold card.
Oh, wow.
I carry this, and obviously you touch it and it connects to your brain, and I carry that every single day in my pocket.
So where would you recommend people to, like, for books or things that you've learned? Could you say any that you could recommend for people?
Yeah, a couple of books. What I'd recommend right now, How to Think and Grow Rich, but that's sort of old school. So if you've not really got an open mind, then I probably wouldn't start with that one. I'd probably start with something more mild, like The Secret, maybe, because that's what I started with years ago when I was 18. My brother gave it me.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends how far you want to go into it. It depends what you're into, but I would always start small and then work up, because really you need to understand it first. And I listen to a lot of sort of Tony Robbins, Bob Proctor, obviously education-based is like Huberman, Gary Brecker.
Mm-hmm.
Just obviously it's just all about learning life, innit?
Yeah.
And then, you become a better person and feel like audibles are good, but when I read, I feel like I'm getting smarter.
Yeah, you do. I feel like it's hard to concentrate as much when you're listening to it. It's not the same as when you're actually visually seeing it.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I mix it up, so I've got basically the earphones in pretty much when I'm walking and stuff like that with the audibles in, YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously I'm reading that every morning and night, like 2 chapters or something, because,
Okay.
Well, not 2 chapters, actually, 2 pages.
Okay, I was going to say 2 chapters of fucking...
Nah. I can only read a couple of pages and I basically feel tired or zoning out.
Yeah.
So, but I'd rather read it in small patches and I'll take the information in and just go from there.
Well, no, it's really good and it's really insightful. So thank you for your time, sir. Where can people find you if they want to see more of your work?
My Instagram's Active Physiques. Nice one for having us, Matt. It's always been
always good seeing you.
Nice.